Hello, my YouTube Nollywood movie fans. Today I have a movie that actually had me yelling at the television. So let's not waste any time getting into this one. Everyone, please hit that like and subscribe, and let's do this. The movie I have for you today is Cold Heart, starring veteran actor Majid and beautiful Linda Osifo. As the movie opens, we see Amanda, played by Linda. She's at home preparing a lovely dinner for her husband, Steve, played by Majid. She gets a phone call from a woman telling her that her husband is outside the club with a woman. So Amanda goes to confront Steve and to take him home because you see, it's their anniversary and he should be home with her, not hanging at the club with another woman. Well, once they reach home, they argue. And Steve makes up excuses as to why he was at the club and not sharing their anniversary night with Amanda. Well, people, Steve makes it Amanda's fault that their anniversary is ruined. Okay, so the next morning, Amanda eventually feels bad and apologizes to Steve. So she then goes to work, where she gets a visit from her bestie, Talani. But before they can get well into the visit, Amanda gets a phone call from a concerned neighbor telling her that there's loud noises coming from her house. Well, it turns out that Steve has a woman in the house giving him a lap dance. But people, Amanda and Talani show up, and Steve makes up a lie saying it's a distant relative begging for money. And all the noise was him yelling at her for asking him for money. And of course, Amanda believes the lies. Meantime, Talani she's having bad vibes about Steve. And she does try to tell Amanda that something is not well in her marriage. Listen, people, when I tell you Steve has no shame, it's an understatement. A woman came into Amanda's shop to shop and buy some clothing. And she went to pay for her bill, saying it was her boyfriend's card. Well, when Amanda looked at that card and she saw Steve's name, it was actually Amanda's husband's card. Of course, Steve has an excuse and lies about it, saying his card was stolen. And he gets mad at Amanda, blaming her once again for the argument. Poor Amanda, she's always saying she's sorry. Oh, through all of this, Steve has no problem taking Amanda's money. Okay, people, Amanda is totally blind to Steve's antics. She finds underwear, a woman's underwear, in his car, and Steve goes into one of his stories, and Amanda falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. Amanda finds condoms in his pocket, and of course, he begins his storytelling, and all the while, she's being played, but always ends up apologizing to Steve. One day, Talani came to the house to pick up a dress. And Steve put the moves on her. And when he gets caught, he says it was Talani putting the moves on him. Well, long story short, Amanda broke her friendship with Talani. One day, Amanda's sister Daisy came to stay. And when I tell you Steve was creepy and shady, I mean, Steve is just a wicked man. And without spoiling the movie, I will say this. What happens is tragic, and you won't believe the outcome of this movie. This movie had my emotions on edge, and if you watch it, you will understand where I'm coming from. Steve is the perfect example of a slickster and a liar, and Amanda is so easily manipulated by him. Well, anyway, I think I'll stop here. You can watch this movie right here on YouTube at Georgina eBay TV. People, please don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, get your Nollywood on. Bye for now.